Hi, everyone. Ted Wyman here with another edition of On the Rocks, our curling show. And we are live from the Olympic Curling Trials in Saskatoon. And today we're joined by skip Jacqueline Harrison out of Dundas, Ontario, who I have to say has been kind of a surprise success so far early in this event. I'm sorry if that, I don't mean to undermine your ability, Jacqueline, at all, but coming in here as somebody who hadn't been to the trials before and playing against teams like Rachel Homan and Carrie Anderson and getting wins, I think for observers that is a surprise. How about for yourself?
For sure. Yeah, it's my first trials. But if you told me that I'd be 2-1 after playing three of the top teams in Canada, I think I'd probably be a little surprised myself. But you know, um, we're happy to have the two wins, obviously, against two really, really great teams. And yeah, we'll take it.
Does it give you some confidence going forward this week? There's still some tough games to come, but to get those two big ones out of the way, that's pretty huge.
Yeah, there's no easy games out here, but definitely, gives us a little bit of momentum, a little bit of confidence going forward. So yeah, we'll see what the rest of the week brings. We're still learning the ice a little bit, so I think it can only get better as the week goes on.
I know you've been around this game for a long time and you've had success, but when you look at the bio in the media guide, not Scotty's appearances and not things like Olympic trials or Canada Cups. So, but do you feel like when you come in here that you belong because I think you are confident in your abilities enough to know that you can come and compete with this team. It's just people don't know that because they may not have seen you so much.
Yeah, we're definitely not a household name. We're a newer team to one another, but we've all at one point or another, maybe not so much in the last couple of years, played in the bigger events. I've played in slams before, and I'm familiar with a lot of the teams that are here. So I think there's a bit of comfort there, obviously, having played these teams in other events. So yeah, I think we're all, we're talented. We're figuring it out together. We're supporting each other, and we're going in there having some fun, staying loose. We got nothing to lose, really. There's no pressure on us. So.
Yeah, that's kind of a nice situation, isn't it? And I mean, you have pointed out before when we talked before the event that Ali Flaxey has played in Olympic trials before, and I believe Lynn Kreviazuk as well.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. This is their second trials for both of them. So it's nice to have that experience on the team and just, talking through some things and just, comfort level, that sort of thing. So it's definitely good for the team. It's been good for us.
So was it easy for you to come in and just play in that no pressure mode, or did you feel nervous going out for your first game?
I think a little bit of both. Like you said, no one's expecting us to win. There's no pressure on us. So I think it allows you to go out there and just feel a little bit looser and not have, those expectations that maybe some of the other teams have. But I'm not going to lie, there's obviously a little bit of nerves being in my first trials and walking out there, being introduced and stepping on the ice for your first game.
I think I read in your bio that you've curled for 34 years. So it's about maybe when you were a kid, right? 10 or 9 or 10 that you started. To
Yeah.
Did you ever think, boy, I'd be playing at the Olympic trial someday? Like that's something that when you were a kid probably wasn't even really a thing. But
Mhm.
even as you're growing as a curler and not quite getting to that level that you were hoping for, this idea might have looked a little far off at some point.
I think so. I think my dream's always been to play in the Scotties. I've been close a couple of times, but just didn't quite make it happen. And yeah, as curling's kind of evolved over the years, the Olympics have obviously become a really big thing for curling. And it's a special event, and it's actually just great to be out here in a great venue and playing in front of people again. It's a lot of fun, and I think we're just enjoying the experience. And yeah, just trying to get the best we can out of every shot and just take it one game at a time.
Do you like having this off day where you a little rest and recharge after two big days?
Yeah, I don't mind it actually. I think it's, good. We can talk about the things that, we want to work on going forward, the things that have gone well, just kind of digest that information, get a little bit of practice time under our belts, and then start again tomorrow evening.
And just one more question for me. The you talked about that no pressure situation, but for other teams, especially if you're a favorite, I imagine you are feeling pressure. Do you sense that? Do you sense that maybe some teams, teams are dealing with that pressure differently?
I think everyone's just going out there and trying to make as many shots as they can. I imagine that maybe some of the top teams, there's a bit of weight of expectation there, but it's not something you really notice on the ice because I think we're just kind of focusing on ourselves and focusing on our own shots and trying to do what we can out there. So it's been a good experience, but I imagine obviously for those top teams that there's probably a little more expectation and that, so they might feel a little bit of pressure, but I haven't really noticed myself per se.
And I do, and I lied. I'm going to ask one more question. But did
Okay.
you, just as a person that's sort of, you said, dreamed of going to the Scotties your life, you haven't done that yet, but you slid out onto the ice at an Olympic trials with a crowd and
Mhm.
the greatest curlers in the world. Just what did it mean to you?
It's a pretty unique experience. It's pretty special. I mean, especially during these times, we haven't had a lot of fans out to watch, a lot of the games, and to have, the fans back and just to play in a venue like this against like the top teams in Canada. It's just great. We're having so much fun and we're so grateful to be here. So we're just going to enjoy every moment, and hopefully, by the end of the week we're still in the mix.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Jacqueline. All the best with the rest of the week here at the Olympic Curling Trials in Saskatoon. For Jacqueline Harrison, I'm Ted Wyman. You've been watching On the Rocks.
Thanks so much, Ted.